In this video, we are heading to Wenzhou, a beautiful port city located in the southeastern province of Zhejiang, China. Known for its entrepreneurial spirit, Wenzhou features cuisine that emphasizes freshness and a delicate balance of flavors. Its landscapes combine natural and historical wonders, offering visitors a comprehensive experience of Chinese culture. Out from the hotel, we went to Menas Street, which can be directly translated to Five Horses Street. It is said that during the Jin Dynasty, Wang Xizhi, a great calligrapher, served as a prefect of Yongjia County, which is the ancient name for Wenzhou. He often traveled in a carriage drawn by 5 horses side by side, hence Menas Street was named after this practice. There are thousands of stores and small businesses on this street, but today we are heading to Chenghui's Fishbowl, my girlfriend's favorite fishbowl noodle restaurant since her childhood. We ordered fishbowl noodles, fish aspic, and egg ice cream, which in total cost us 50 RMB, about $7. In China, credit cards are not widely accepted, especially in small business like this. Everyone pays the bill by scanning QR code with WeChat or Alipay, which can be quite some work for foreigners to register. But businesses have to accept cash payment when needed, which is required by the government. This restaurant has a very narrow staircase, but it's not the narrowest you will see in this video. The dining area is on the second floor. Although it's called fishbowl, the meatballs or fish balls in Wenzhou are actually strips. The fishbowl is made with a mixture of meat croaker meat, salt, sugar, tapioca flour, and other ingredients like ginger, green onion, yellow rice wine, and maybe MSG. Scooped by hand and dropped into boiling water until it's fully cooked. After that, served fishbowl with noodles and seaweed and bean sprout soup, topped with some green onion and cilantro. The aspic, on the other hand, is made with gelatin extracted from milk cooker. Once the fish gelatin cools down and solidifies after boiling, it is cut into strips and served with soy sauce, rice vinegar, and sesame oil. The aspic is very springy, smells a little fishy, and tastes salty because of the soy sauce. It's a food I found quite fun to eat. The noodles in the fishbowl noodle soup are on the firm side in a good way, just the way I like. The fish balls or fish strips are savory and surprisingly bouncy. It doesn't stick to your teeth at all, but be careful because there are still fish bones inside. Although my girlfriend tells me it's safe to just swallow the bones because they are all chopped into tiny pieces, I still prefer to spit them out. Finally, the broth tastes like plain and simple fish soup, which doesn't have a strong flavor, but everything is well balanced, quite refreshing and easy on the stomach. After that, we had egg ice cream. Essentially, it's just typical ice cream with blended raw egg and baked black sesame on top. Raw egg on ice cream may sound horrifying, but this combination is in fact pretty delicious. Baked sesame smells great, and the egg yolk after chilling on ice cream becomes solid egg chips, which creates a very interesting texture for your ice cream. I'm sure these egg chips are healthier than your chocolate chip or sugar sprinkles with artificial colors. The next place we went to is on Menas Street 2. It's called Xue's Nuts and Snacks. The place offers a wide variety of snacks, dried fruit, and nuts. What's special about this place is they allow customers to freely sample their product before making a purchase. To run business conscientiously is their slogan. Everything smells so great. I tried a bit of this and a bit of that with clove. They all taste very good. Back on our way, I really want to point out there are lots of silver jewelry stores in China, and all of them have a person hammering a piece of silver trinket in the front, which serves as a form of advertisement, a funny sight. But we are not here for silver, we are looking for some street food. This BBQ pork feet store is very popular. We waited a long time for our order and found a tight spot to eat. We also had seared tofu, which has a strong taste of cumin powder and chili powder, salty but tasty. The pork feet was sticky and oily because of all the gelatins and fat under the skin. Well-branded protein smells quite good, but the meat is on the dry side, tender but not tender enough. You need to put some effort into each bite. Osmanthus rice cake is another food from Wenzhou. You can smell the pleasant scent of osmanthus from afar. The rice cake is made of rice flour and sticky rice flour, blended with sugar. You put a layer of blended rice flour on the bottom, some stuffing like blended red beans in the middle, and another layer of rice flour on top, with a sprinkle of osmanthus, steam it, and you have your osmanthus rice cake. We'll carry the rice cake for now and find somewhere that we can sit. We went to a Stinky Tofu restaurant to enjoy our rice cake. Stinky Tofu is a traditional Chinese delicacy made by fermenting fresh tofu in a brine of vegetables, meat, and herbs for several days to weeks until they turn dark with the signature stinking smell, or even turn black in some provinces. The bacteria in the brine changes the texture of the tofu, making them softer, featuring a crispy exterior and very tender or even hollow interior after deep fry. After the tofu is cooked, they will be served with tremendous amount of secret sauce and topped with green onion and cilantro. The staircase in this restaurant is the narrowest and steepest one I have ever seen, even narrower than the one in the Fishbowl restaurant we went to earlier. The sauce is very thick, probably due to a large amount of added starch. You can see vegetables and spices sparkling in the sauce. The skin texture of the tofu becomes wrinkled after deep frying, which helps carry more sauce. The sauce has a strong umami flavor. It also tastes salty and mildly spicy. Mixed with the texture of cilantros, this dish is delicious. Now let's try the osmanthus rice cake. Unlike other rice cakes, the surface of this one is not smooth at all. During the making process, the rice flour is never made into a dough, but is instead lightly mixed with water to remain powdery. The result is a rice cake with rough surface, but the texture becomes looser, making it easier to bite and digest. Jing had candied osmanthus stuffing and mine is black sesame. We decided to go watch a movie after Stinky Tofu, but before that we need something to drink. Flour roasted milk is not originated from Wenzhou but from Yunnan. The owner boils dried flowers in milk and blends in a large amount of sugar. Although we requested the owner not to add too much sugar, each of us still got a spoonful. You can smell the flour in your milk while drinking it, but it didn't bring any new flavor. It's essentially just hot sweetened milk. For dinner, we went for pork bone hot pot. The place is an all-you-can-eat restaurant. For a cheap price, you are free to pick as many sides and drinks as you want. Mix your own dipping sauce. Also, the pork bone are refillable. Consequently, the food ingredients are cheap too. In China, you can get beer like this which costs lesser than $1. The taste of this kind of beer is pure but extra light. You won't feel even slightly intoxicated after having one or two. Moving to the buns. For the first bite, it tastes okay, but after that it's not as enjoyable. The meat is tender but not in a good way. I guess it's because of the high concentration of salt in the soup base. The meat feels dry and salty. Not a totally pleasant experience here. I'd rather spend this calorie quota on other more delicious experience. Today we had a huge amount of food. Some exercise is required. We took a long walk on Wuma Street and browsed some shopping mall to help digestion. The nightlife in China can be very colorful. In the end, we found an archery range in the mall. The girl hosting the place taught us how to shoot a bow and arrow enthusiastically, but archery requires a lot of practice. Initially, Jin struggled a lot, but later she was able to hit both eyes from an even further distance.
哇，时光厉害了！
Join us in part 2 as we dive deeper into culinary delights and exhilarating activities that Wenzhou has to offer. If you enjoyed this video, show your support by hitting the like button, and if you have any questions or suggestions, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. See you in the next video.